The next game that we're going into, it's the 3-5 Browns traveling to Miami to take on the 6-3 Dolphins. The Dolphins are 3.5-point favorites with an over/under of 49 points here. The HAS Dolphins offense has been the talk of the town, and I talked about this earlier. I kind of when we were talking Titans, I was like, the focus always goes to the Dolphins offense when we talk Dolphins. Focus always goes to the Titans offense. We don't talk enough about these defenses for these teams. And I think it really needs to be talked about with this Miami Dolphins defense lately that has been struggling, and that has been a big, not obviously they've been winning football games, so it doesn't matter. But they have been the weakness of this team. What's going on with the Dolphins defense?
The thing is, they have a scheme that's worked for them in the past, and this year they don't have the same elements of that defense to pull it off. The Miami Dolphins have been one of the most blitz-heavy defenses in the NFL for the past 2 seasons, and they continued it up this year. And this year, they don't have the secondary to back it up. Despite Javon Holland coming up this past couple weeks and having himself a couple great games, they don't have the full complement of their secondary. Xavier Howard and Byron Jones and guys like that. They haven't been able to hold these receivers at the rate they were before. So when they go into their happy cover zero, the secondary isn't holding up to the receivers, and it's leaving space for Justin Fields to do things like that. It's leaving opportunities and windows for quarterbacks to fit the ball in. It's been a tough sled for the secondary at holding some of these guys when what they want to do is blitz. Now, getting Bradley Chubb, it's going to help that. It's a second weekend and another week into the scheme and another smart player getting more time. And I think you'll see this start to change. But we talk about this defense like this last season. The first couple of games, the first half of the season, they weren't that good. And then you saw the second half of the season, they started getting people to turn the ball over. They started getting to the quarterback. Now you have Jalen Phillips, who is one of the faster edge guys in the NFL. You add him to Bradley Chubb. You hope that this secondary and the back seven can hold their spots, and they end up being okay. But if they're going to continue to blitz, the secondary who is back there guarding has to be able to hold their guys.
Yeah, the Dolphins offense, or the Dolphins defense, I should say, bottom half. They're at math here. They're at 23 on the season, right, in the last 3 games in terms of yards per game allowed. It's been their weakness. If you were to call weakness out on this team, it's definitely there for the Dolphins. On the Browns side, they're still with Jacoby Brissett. I believe one more week. This is the last week for no. He's got one more game after this, or 2 more games after this.
He comes in week 13, but they have a bye in week 12.
Okay, they have their bye in week 12. Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay, so they have 2 more games. This game and the next game. Math hard with Jacoby Brissett. So this is becoming his swan song here. A revenge game. This is a revenge game. Mm-hmm. Why did I miss this? Jacoby Brissett revenge game for the Browns. What do we expect to see from them in this matchup? What are you watching for the most on the Browns side of things?
They've been one of the more true to themselves teams in the NFL. They're going to run the ball. They're going to have Nick Chubb take the ball 25 times and run it down the throat. He's the best running back in the NFL, and he's showing it with 100-yard game after 100-yard game after showing up in the end zone. If I'm not mistaken, he's got at least 10 touchdowns on the season. But then you just hope that they open this up for Amari Cooper. A big get in this game is if David Njoku is back and David Njoku is actually healthy, because when he's been in the offense, Jacoby Brissett has been looking for him, and he's delivered for him. And allowing that with Nick Chubb and with what Amari Cooper has been able to do for them is going to have this offense open up. We just talked about their defensive lulls. This can be a shootout type game if they have a full complement of the offense. So they're going to run the ball. Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt will be the bulk of the offense. But Amari Cooper, if he can get loose, has shown to do some good things. Donovan Peoples-Jones has been a solid number 2. Not a guy that you're expecting to beat you, but a guy who's going to make sure the chains can keep moving when you really need to look for something. And if they can get David Njoku back, I think that he's going to help Jacoby Brissett a lot and will allow these guys to get down the field and into the end zone.
Yeah, and this Browns team, I mean, like you said, they're staying true to their to their identity. They don't change things up a whole lot when it comes to their system. It's give the rock to Nick Chubb, let him do his thing. And then Amari Cooper has been having a good season as well. An under-the-radar good season, a sneaky Good season for Amari Cooper with Jacoby Brissett at quarterback. I do need to point something out here. They do I was right about this. The Browns are coming off of their bye. They had their bye last week. That's what I was like looking at my notes, and I'm like, wait a second, something's not right here. Yeah, they had their bye last week. I was like, I have Amari Cooper. I thought he was off last week. The Browns have the Dolphins, and then Buffalo, and then Tampa. And those are the last 3 games Jacoby Brissett will be playing before Deshaun Watson comes back in Week 13 against the Houston Texans. That's how this one goes.
I could have sworn their bye was later.
Yeah, that's how this one is. I know Browns fans are probably listening to this, like laughing at the start of our video, but we corrected it. And Browns fans, you guys can go to hell because you guys lose this game 33-24. I'm just kidding. I love you, Browns fans. Dog Nation.
What he said. The Browns lose this game 34-27. I'll give the Browns a couple more scores. Field goal from Cade York. And you guys will feel good about it because you're the Browns, and Browns gonna Brown.
Yeah, shout out Cade York. Give love to the kickers. Give love to the kickers. Dolphins clean sweep on the show here over the Cleveland Browns.